As usual, our team will always be updating the game so that everyone can enjoy it now. Also, we try on giving the newest game that has an early access and will be released in 2025. If you are watching this video, then congratulations, because you have a chance to download some of these games right now on the Play Store or App Store. Remember to like this video, please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best New Games You Can Play Now, available on Play Store and App Store. Gold and Glory. Gold and Glory. This game is getting more attention from the player. In fact, it has a really good dark fantasy theme base. The game is multiplayer online with a real-time players. So, we'll compete in one map and try to become the last player standing. We'll not fight against the monster only, but also we'll fight against the other players, who are pretty aggressive on approaching us. The best strategy is we should try to loot as much equipment as we can by killing the monster, but we should try to kill the other players to get better great equipment. Destroy some objects to collect some items as your support items. The combat mechanism allows the player to hit the enemies while moving. Seriously, this fighting style will make your acceleration become way more intense and feel so dynamic in action. The entire game will take place in a medieval era, where the knight is the main protagonist. Good and Glory is the best new game multiplayer online for Android and iOS. Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. This game is just new release and really fresh for a newbie, because we'll gain so much gift code to gain some summoning tickets to collect the heroes. The game has a collectible heroes with a turn-based system. It has a pretty simple gameplay that we need to stay focused on some indicators, like we should always stack according to the enemy weakness attributes. We should always keep hitting the enemy to decrease his breach gauge meter. When it happens, then we will get a huge advantage to deal a higher damage. At a certain moment, when we unleash the ultimate skill together with the other hero, then the cooperative ultimate will be combining and dealing a massive damage. Power up your team's strength by a great enhancement system for unlocking the new ability. Always keep on clearing the main mission quest to enjoy the new storyline. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade is the best new games for Android and iOS. Grand Saga. Grand Saga. Finally, this game come to mobile after waiting for more than 2 years already, and it was only released in a specific country like in Japan and also Korean. Just like what I said before, it's all about time. Just let the game developer do their best to create a game. Right now, I'm totally impressed with the result and progress. How the game now seems so smooth and also run perfectly without any single laggy. It's pretty different since the last beta testing I had from my gaming experience. So this is a new MMORPG where the player can select 3 members as the team party. We can switch the hero while in combat and adjust the fighting style based on the enemy's player role. I love how this game has a casual gameplay where everything will run automatically. The basic attack and how the skill as well. Once we follow the main mission, we can't skip the story cutscenes. So we should enjoy it with a beautiful art style and detail. Grand Saga is the best new MMORPG game for Android and iOS. MWT Tank Battles. MWT Tank Battles. This game is pretty good as a mobile game. Seriously, it has the experience of playing a game on a higher level platforms like in console. The game has a high attention to detail with a great visual and performing the real control of navigating the tank. I love how we can turn the heavy weapon to 360 degrees. Even when we are being stuck. The gameplay is a multiplayer game where we play between 4 players in total. The team with the highest score within an estimated time will become the winner. In combat, we can use a heavy weapon for a higher damage, but it has a slower fire with a longer cooldown time. But you can shot the other tanks by using a rapid fire weapons with lower damage dealing. Try to avoid through the water or lakes because your tank cannot access this way and will destroy in a sudden. While we are at the lobby, we can upgrade the tank's power, acceleration and also defense. Everything is for upgrading the entire strength. MWT Tanks Battle is a new brand of army game in multiplayer online for Android and iOS. Guardian Steady. Guardian Steady. This game would be great for you all to play the Plant vs Zombie clone but in a different looks. The main gameplay is a tower defense base, so we need to defend every single lane and not let the enemy cross the lane. The first thing we should do is place the guardian in front of the lane. The more guardian we place, the safer our zone will become. Every guardian will cost some energy. The energy can be recharged when we deploy a certain plan to harvest the energy. So timing and strategy will be the best way to survive. When we are able to manage the energy of the guardian at the right moment, then you will create a higher winning rate. Especially when we reach a higher level, then the enemy will come in a larger number. It will cause the player to think faster in less time. Guardian Steady is the best new game for mobile for your daily life. Zombie Hunter Survival. Zombie Hunter Survival. This game is really interesting. The first impression you get should trigger your manly experience. Seriously, I can't describe here, but when you just started the game, then you will understand. The game has a zombie survival base with a shooter in third-person perspective. After clearing a certain mission, we'll get free heroes. Each of the heroes will have a different weapon to use, but we can't change the hero on any stage you wish to select, because every single stage will deploy a certain hero. All of the main protagonists are female. We can get a new skin and collect a better appearance. The combat mechanism of Zombie Hunter Survival is, we only need to aim the target and try to shot them on his head. Our hero will stand still in one position, so we don't have to navigate the hero. Once we upgrade the hero to reach 1 star, then we can unleash a special skill then. This is the best 3D new game for mobile. DQM The Dark Princess. Not many game developers now are willing to make the best new RPG, but concerned about the storyline. This game is really good for a player who prefer to enjoy the story. As we all know, the Square Enix is behind this project. Seriously, it's a really good game to play while we understanding the main story. It's getting interesting once we reach the mid to end game. The combat mechanism is a turn-based system where we play by a turn as well as the enemy. We can use some action to win the game by a basic attack and also the skill. The skill will consume some mana point or MP that we can restore by a potion. With a huge open world map, the player can enjoy the panorama in a great 3D visual with so much colorful ambience. DQM The Dark Princess is one of the well-known series on the JRPG that the game's developer keeps making the sequel. Are you a JRPG lover? Please write in the comments below. Age of Empires Mobile. Age of Empires Mobile. What a great new real-time strategy game that is made by one of the most popular game strategy we have known. We know how many fans of this title, from the PC to console, and finally the game goes to mobile. In a few weeks, the game has reached more than 1 million. This number is pretty insane. Seriously, the game's developer will get a huge profit through it. The game is absolutely well set from the medieval era and how the kingdom and the empire is the main base of the storyline. The princess should find the thing to save her castle. In the open world, we can freely construct the building and decorate the kingdom as your imagination. The gameplay mechanism is we should tap the team and drag the entire team to spot or the enemies to have a combat. The combat will do it by itself once you place your team close to the enemy. Sometimes we should try to avoid the enemy's special skill from the warning zones or use the main skill to counter the enemies. This is the best high graphic new game for Android and iOS. Free City. Free City. This game should get 10 to 10 scores when it releases globally. Seriously, it has everything that the player needs to play as a GTA game's clone. Even for me, it's much better from the graphic, the gameplay, and how the regular physics really impress me. Can you imagine, when you are holding a gun, then you just face the random NPC, then they will get frightened. This simple thing really makes the game look so realistic and surely makes the player have a satisfying feeling to create a bigger chaos in the city. We can burn the vehicle, crash the object, and many more. This thing will attract the police to approach us. Of course, we can fight back. The longer you stay in a position, the more police will suddenly come to you and you will be surrounded. Much better we try to avoid them by driving a car and find a safer position. Free City is the best new game open world game for Android and iOS. Warda Indonesia. Warda Indonesia. This game is truly inspired by Free Fire. Seriously, the way the hero's movement really represent that game. I need some improvement, especially since I feel like I'm fighting against the bot. It's way too easy to kill the enemy just by myself. At the moment, the game only has Team Deathmatch mode, so we don't have any option to play with our friends. If you only have a low endpoint, then you can play this game for some reason. The first one is the size is less than 1 GB. The graphics are quite good for this size. The most important thing is the game will run smoothly even when we fight together in a small area. In combat, we can use a sword for a melee weapon. It will deal multiple times higher than using a gun, but we should come closer to the enemy. Warda Indonesia is one of the best new game shooter for Android and iOS. Horizon Walker. Bonus: Horizon Walker. You all need to play this game. It has a great new anime game RPG with a strategy and tactical gameplay. Every hero will have a certain movement point to move the hero to a specific area. Some of the skill will have a different number of range that we should anticipate just before we do an action, unless a different skill based on the energy you have. The higher energy cost, the stronger damage will become. I love when we unleash the ultimate skill. It's really amazing with nice special cutscene. Honestly, this game has a great attraction for a waifu hunter. The first scene will show us how to attract the newbies through the dialogue. The character design is absolutely interesting, and I'm sure you will love to see it then. These all are the best new game Android and iOS with an English version, making the game easier to understand through the storyline and also gameplay. Remember to like this video and see you on the next video. Thanks!